When I see stuff like this, now remember, as I said in the beginning, this was Home Depot and the pharmacy and the salad bar and all this. Yeah, thanks. I'm always looking for raw materials and stuff that I can use later and that has value to me. And when I see this furry outer bark of this white cedar, I looked here, if it had a red core, it would be red cedar. And I'm just going to have some of this, and I'm just going to keep this for our fire making demo that I'm going to do in a couple of minutes, because this is really dry and furry and fluffy, a lot of surface area.
Can you show us a leaf of the white cedar?
Yes. Well, there's not a lot of white cedar around here. This is probably imported. There's a lot of red. There's a fair bit of red cedar here. I'd be glad to show that to you. Okay. Okay. So right this way. Here's this little amphitheater down here, and then it's downhill, and it's a beautiful walk back to the mountain house. So that's the extent of the climbing. And I stopped here because if I do this, I'm kind of inviting everybody else to do that too. Right, so just kind of, if anybody's feeling brave or curious. How about curious? What's he doing? Just gently comb it between your hands and then smell it. Smells familiar? Yeah. Okay, what does it smell like?
It's like
How does that smell? Okay back there? Good?
Yeah. Smell it.
This is sweet fern. Sweet fern is an amazing plant. It grows in high, dry, thin, nutrient-poor soil like this here on the mountain, and in waste places along trails and roads and stuff. And it's an edible slash medicinal plant. Can be made into teas and soothing belly teas and so forth. And the thing I've used this the most for in survival is for making a smudge. A smudge. If you've ever seen in the kind of New Age community, there's this concept of smudging. I've been to so many gatherings of many different ilks and philosophies where there's like this sage and cedar and stuff that's burned, and it gets this smoky smudge that's created. It's used to clear the air, and it's very symbolic. But it also has roots in a physical need, and that physical need was smudging was a means of driving insects out of a shelter. So if we were going to be surviving here, making a shelter here, right in here, let's say, and it was a ridge pole with some ribs and leaves, and we were going to crawl in there to survive for the night or the week or the month or the year, wouldn't it make sense to drive the insects out? Yeah. And it doesn't kill them. It's not a toxic pesticide. It's just a means of making the place less habitable for those that might want to burrow into my skin, like ticks. And
you have to burn it to smudge?
What you do is you tie it up with maybe a little bit of that cordage there. You take a bunch of it like this, tie it up into a stick and light it and get it nice and smoky. And then before you get in there, you don't do this while you're in there, before you get in there, you shove the smudge stick or bowl or pot into the shelter, close the door, and work on, some bowl or spoon, or making tea or preparing food or something, or purifying water, whatever it is, or praying, whatever it is that you're doing on the mountain at that particular time, and you let the smudge permeate the shelter. And not only does it drive the insects out, but it makes it smell really, really good. So did you smell this, sir? You like the way it smells? Some people, just because I like the way it smells, doesn't mean that you have to like the way it smells. Sometimes I love to do this with kids. Yesterday I picked up a pine cone and it had a bunch of sap on the outside. Pine sap is a highly concentrated food. Should be eaten very sparingly, but it tastes pretty good. I'm used to eating it. And the kids, can I try it? I said, okay kids, just one thing you have to understand. If I ask you to try something or you choose to try something, if you don't like it, spit it out, right? If you don't like it. If your mom puts corn and broccoli and lima beans and steak and all this and stuff on your plate, you don't like everything on your plate, do you? Do you like everything that your mom or dad puts on your plate? Everything? I know I didn't. You know what? It's the same thing here. You don't have to like everything, but it's fun and interesting to experiment with the things that you might like. All right? And to know these things in different seasons and learn how to sustain yourself and feed yourself and prepare medicines and shelters in all different seasons. All right? How's it going back there? Did you figure that out? Okay. Very nice. Oh, this is where, if you felt something that was sticky, like the sappy part. Yeah, that sap is the stuff that you can eat. Actually, all these little husks in here, see those little husks?
Yeah, that's
You can eat those. And they taste very mild. Yeah, taste very mild. You might taste a little bit of sugar. If I taste a little bit of sugar, that gets my interest. You know, sweetness is good. And we'll let these folks come through. Guys coming through? Come on. Let's see.
The needles themselves?
The needles themselves. If you take these needles about this much and steep it in a bowl or a cup or some sort of vessel for 10 minutes, I'm not a chemist or a scientist, but I've been told by herbalists that this will provide 5 times the vitamin C of orange juice.
What does it taste like, though?
It tastes like pine needle tea. Okay, what does it taste like? Great question. Okay, your choice of dying of scurvy, of a vitamin C deficiency, or drinking pine needle tea?
Pine needle tea.
Okay, there you go. It's a very simple choice at that point.
Is it sold anywhere? Can you get pine needle
tea?
I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt it.
I mean, there must be infinite amounts of it.
Yes, there is. Why no one has capitalized in selling it, I don't know. But I don't care about that. I just know that this is something I keep in this knowledge I keep in my back pocket. If I ever need it, I know it's there. Right?